A mournful wail echoed across the dusty plains. Then a series of deep, rumbling booms shook the foundations of the train depot and sent the spectacled yardmaster scurrying from his dusty office. He donned a pair of goggles, their tinted lenses momentarily plunging him into darkness before revealing a shimmering image cast by the Mirage cannon. As the booms resonated across the wasteland, the images flickered and shifted. A contract, forged in fire and sound across the landscape. A grimace flickered across his beaked face. The Delvers could never sit still for long, so it was good to get their blood pumping again. Here, within the warped embrace of the heart, they found what you might call a sense of purpose, but that purpose was to be chased, not contemplated. Once they were just like everybody else, lost in the harsh realities of the world. But when the heart appeared, it smashed those realities like a glass bottle in a pub brawl. It empowered them, made them special, gave them a fight they felt they could win. Ever the motley crew, ever the ragtag bunch, Delvers were drawn to the heart like flies to a corpse. Sure, they would scoff at the suggestion they were in it just for another fix. They're a tall-talking bunch, they enjoy spinning tales of daring exploits and lucrative jobs. But the truth was, they had hope. A pathetic hope that this ever-shifting nightmare might finally be the one to matter.
And then the good Queen Lucy jammed on the evil ghost and started chewing on her neck. And then that protected the bride, the sad bride. And he's going to go into that story. Every now and again you hear a little giggle echoing through, and a little kind of thing will move, like a little rock will move around him. And they all lived kind of, sort of happily ever after.
I want to hear it again. I love this one.
I can't say them all the time, honey. This is the third time this week.
You are interrupted by a bunch of booms happening just outside the perimeter. A couple of minutes later, you see scurrying towards you the yardmaster, a male harpy that's dressed in like a three-piece suit. He's keeping very well. He's got a monocle. He runs up. Boss. Yeah, news from Valve.
Oh, hey, Yardy. Nice to see you.
Yeah, no more sitting on your ass. Some metal guy is running around. You gotta catch him. That sounds fun. Hey,
you mean like Mallet?
Nah, maybe. I don't know. Well, you're gonna have to go to Valve and check the details. But boss, listen, I've been thinking. I think I'm ready for a field job. I've been stuck in here a long time.
Yeah, you see Sam. He's heard this before.
I have skills that I could bring to the table, boss. Unless, of course, we run into my wife. Oh shit, what if we do? Boss, maybe I should stay back. I should mind the camp. It's what if? Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back to the post. You know what she's like.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the scars.
As you're having this conversation, where are the rest of you finding yourselves this lovely afternoon within the yard?
Mallet and Safina are sat on a carriage. Safina's sat on the carriage, legs dangling over the edge, and Mallet stood in front of her, sort of coming to the same height. And Mallet is undressing one of the old dressings from her shoulder after she got shot, saying, "Oh, this is looking a bit better."
It still really, really stings for some reason, but...
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'll heal quick.
You got to be more careful, Safina. I don't know. I think... I don't want you getting into too closer quarters, in these situations.
I can handle myself. You've seen me out there.
Oh, that's true. I'm not saying you can't.
I don't know what... I can never do anything right.
What? I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying it's dangerous out there.
I know it's dangerous. I wouldn't be in this if I couldn't handle it. You know that.
I know. I know. We agreed together. We did. It's just that was a close call.
There are always close calls.
Mallet's looking off, kind of hesitating, and he's got like a 1,000-yard stare.
Isn't it beautiful to witness parental love and protection? You teaching her well, Mallet? Oh, did I stumble on something awkward again?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
You try and keep them safe.
Nah, you can't. One day they're gonna fly the coop. I know my own well, we know what happened to my babies, but in theory, your baby's supposed to fly the coop. I just think it's strange that she gave me all the eggs. Like, what am I supposed to do with them?
I don't know, what have you done with all them eggs?
Oh, shit. I gotta check something. Wait, I'll be right back.
Look, Safina, I'm not trying to. Look, let's put a pin in it for now. It sounds like we've got another job. So
Yeah, let's just get on with it.
Sam would come up. We got ourselves another job. It actually sounds like it might be right up your alley, Mallet. They're talking about this like metal guy, and he's all kind of like,
yeah, I mean, sounds interesting at least.
yeah.
Yeah,
We better.
I mean, we need the money after the last.
Desperately.
Oh God, I know.
Where's Neve? Has anyone seen Neve for the last week? Honestly,
Not much.
Not really. Like I kind of saw her back behind like carriage number 5 for a little while, but
huh?
she keeps like coming and going. But that's kind of her, isn't it?
Well, behind carriage number 5 is Neve and a pile of sticks and leaves. You can't really tell if there's anything special about the sticks. They're just oddly shaped occasionally. The leaves, a range of colours. And Neve looks up, says, hello?
Oh, hey, you building a nest?
No? Let me finish up then. Let me finish up. And Neve turns away and adjusts a few sticks. And then crosses her hands together and poof, this pile of stuff turns into a squirrel.
Oh, God.
It's a cute squirrel.
Does it bite?
No,
You can see
it's
I'm
great.
backing away from it slowly.
It's like my best friend.
Oh,
So it looks like just like a squirrel, like a normal squirrel.
Absolutely.
So it's not like made of twigs.
Hello? I kind of go and put my finger towards it and I kind of like, hello there, little friend, sort of way.
Yeah, I think it's a friendly-ish squirrel for now.
Oh, look, it's nuzzling me. Oh, that's cute. Usually the things that kind of come out of you are a bit scary, but this is actually kind of sweet.
Well, you see, I fought a lot, and I think that, it's the heart that loves me, and not real people. Maybe. So here it is.
I mean, everyone needs a friend.
Yeah.
usually when people tell you to make some friends, this isn't what they mean.
Is this because you found all your pals in the morgue? Because that might be a little bit traumatic, in a kind of a.
Yeah, it's all because of that. Anyway, a job. Let's go for the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You made this abandoned train depot your home base. I don't think it's actually connected as is to the railway because, as everyone knows, the Vermissian Railway Company, all the workers at some point gone mad and took a locomotive with them and fucked off right into the center of Hart. As you have recently experienced, the trains are very much still running, but nobody actually operates them. They just sort of go round and round in a mad loop. Valve, at the same time, is a pretty significant destination in terms of distance. And there is a train station right next to Valve called, very uncreatively, the Valve Station. So how are you boarding a train that never stops, assuming the train is what you use for your journey.
I imagine by this point we have a very good system.
Yeah,
There is,
you make this journey all the time.
yeah. There's a good cliff and a good overhang right next to the tracks on our way from the train yard, and we very unceremoniously jump into quite a spacious coal pit carriage.
The coal somehow never runs out, but hey, it's convenient, and it's not like you're going to be complaining for not having to pay for a ticket. So off you go to Valve. In a couple of hours, you'll be there. Now, Valve, as we mentioned before, is the only entrance into the heart. Around the heart is the wall, which is not actually literally a wall. It's not made of brick or cement or anything. It's more of complex network of extremely hostile architecture that was built to deter people with visuals alone, and then on top of that got haunted by the heart. But it's easier to say the wall than all that. If you've ever seen the wall, it looks like something out of a post-apocalyptic movie with strange black obelisks and jagged edges. Valve functions as almost a military checkpoint on top of being a town that is a hub for trades. And of course, it is also a place where you get all your contracts. You have your fixer, who is called Guard, and he runs cafe called the Rusty Compass or Delver's Delight. I think Delver's Delight is too on the nose because Delvin is technically not legal, so let's go with Rusty Compass. And yeah, that's the person who sends messages for you when there is a new job. And so you hop the train, you ride for a few hours, and you arrive in Valve. It is chaotic. A lot of people take advantage of people who are interested in the heart. There's a lot of pilgrims who come here. Of course, a lot of them employ your services. Scientists looking for the next breakthrough. It's artists in search for inspiration. It's all sorts of people, of course. Religious figures looking for a new god, and more often than not, they find a new god and many new gods, and then they never leave. As you make your way to the Rusty Compass, you pass probably like the big bazaar with all the strange trinkets from the heart being sold to tourists, along with actual delving equipment sold to professional delvers. Most of the trinkets is bullshit, but maybe that is actually for the best. There is soldiers around. All of them are belonging to the 34th Regiment. After the 33rd, they stopped sending soldiers, realizing that heart is probably not going to be won by shooting at it. And I would imagine that the 34th has a sort of weird chip on the shoulder about it. Most of those soldiers never actually have been to the heart, and I would imagine there is not the nicest relationship between denizens and the military presence here. Nevertheless, you make your way into the Rusty Compass. As you walk in the corner of a big room, this room used to be a ballroom or something, it has no right to be this big. In the corner of the room, nursing a drink, sits one of the Heartbroken. Unfortunately, widely accepted as the end point of any delver's career if they survive to that point. At some point, if you don't die on one of your adventures, the accumulative weight of them just kind of breaks you and burns you out. Of course, that will never happen to you. You're young and plucky and you have a bright future. It's all of the people who have been burnt out have made some kind of crucial mistake that you will not make because you are different.
Obviously.
And nevertheless, there is a sorry side of an old-timer sitting in the corner, whispering something to his friends that no longer are alive, being scared of dangers that are long have passed. Don't pay attention to him. He's not there's no lesson here whatsoever. Pay attention to Guard, who is admittedly a bit of a twerp, but nonetheless, he has a warm smile as you come in. My favorite crew, Mallet's crew. Hello, how are you doing? Don't I have a job for you again? How did it go with Who was it? He checks his little notebook, trying to remember what job you actually had last time. Jealous husband?
Look, we've said this so many times. You're mixing us up with Malice's crew.
Ah, I'm sorry, but you know you're my favorite, right? You know it. Drinks
We
on the
know it, Gar-
house.
Oh, that's what I like.
Pour
Ritual
some
works every time.
Yeah.
pour some wine into goblets before you. So, what's with the long faces?
Yeah, everybody I knew is dead.
That'll do it.
It did.
Have you tried drinking a lot? Pushes the glass towards you. Hey, Silas, come out. Mallet's crew is here. These are your... a man comes out from the back room. He looks like a dad ready to go into the mountains.
Oh, hell yes.
He has the perfect boots for trekking. He has tools on his belt. He's got compass. He's got the hat.
Does he have the vest with like the pockets?
He's got the vest. He's got the mosquito net. He has everything that you might prepare for a trek into the wilderness. He very, very analytically is scanning all of you. You can almost see him like make calculations as to what he considers your chance of success be.
Mallet's sizing him up and is tightening his own tool belt.
He doesn't give you hand to shake. He just nods at all of you at the same time and trying to speak exactly in the middle of your group as to address everyone at the same time. Hello, my name is Silas. I'm Girite. I make Machine Man. Need to find.
You're gonna have to give us some more to go on here.
What information you need?
What the hell's a metal man?
I don't need. Go sit in the corner. I have guards kind of shuffles you into the corner of the room so you're not crowding the bar anymore.
Always a pleasure, God. Thank you very much.
Ah. A couple of minutes later, as you're talking to Silas, a different crew comes in and you hear guards voice, my favorite crew. But in the meantime, you sit down with Silas. He takes out a notepad just in case he needs to take notes.
What the hell's a metal man?
Well, has no gender, so you know. So it is not technically a man. It is a thing. But it is sinking, and it's inside. There is mechanisms, and it needs to stop. It poses danger. You've been recommended as people who know your way around.
Oh yeah, we know everything about the heart. We know it backwards and forwards. We're actually the best crew in this entire,
Well,
city.
You are the best crew within my price range. Yes,
We're affordable, but sometimes that's a bonus.
I called the machine Echo. I thought it could be a poetic name, but I do not know if it will answer to that name. Maybe it picked a different name for itself. I have no idea where it is. I have it on good authority that it has entered heart, and it has entered heart through valve. This is where you come in.
What's power in this machine?
I cannot speak to the exact compositions of mechanisms inside the machine, nor do I think that it is strictly speaking relevant. For your intents and purposes, just assume that it does not need a battery, does not need to recharge, it always goes forward and forward.
Would you like it back in one piece, or are you amenable to damage?
In the best world, I want to disable it without destroying it. If it can't be controlled, it needs to be destroyed.
Could we ask it not to be dangerous?
Well, I have not had confirmation that it understands language, so asking it anything might be an issue.
I mean, if it's dangerous, it's kind of good that it's gone to the heart, to be honest, because it'll just be like one of many. Usually things are a little bit more fleshy and leaking, but, it could be in a safe place.
I'm not so optimistic. Basically, the reason I say dangerous is because I have reason to believe that it could have done anything when it escaped my workshop, and it chose to go to the heart. The very first people that it encountered when it left my workshop, it killed immediately. Well, it studied them.
Right.
The crime scene looked interesting, shall we say. Organs organized in a, you don't want to know. It was a mess. My point is, it is a very capable machine, and if it's here for a reason. And considering heart's abnormalities, I am paying my own money for this mission, but honestly, everyone should be chipping in and doing this as a national effort. This is a matter of national security.
Well, speaking of which, you're asking us to take on some considerable risk here. I think we need a bit of something up front.
I paid the price. I will not pay more. This is shakedown.
Okay. You have paid for us to ask around town to seek out this metal person or whatever and bring them back to you.
Yes.
If you want more security in that, if you want them brought back in one piece, if you want us to go more quickly, you either need to come with us, you need to give us more collateral.
I am coming with you. I'm ready. Do you not see?
Oh, I just assumed that was how you dressed.
Yes, I'm coming with you because you don't know anything about Echo.
Let's get moving. We can circle back to this very important money issue that you're being very stubborn on.
How would you go about gathering information? Do you have an information broker in Valve? Do you just
Probably have
go look for
contacts.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess we're asking around and there must be...
What's a job that would be someone would be on the street a lot and would be kind of
People in the
aware
market
of
are on the
the
street a
market.
lot.
Yeah.
hmm,
Street sweeper.
street
Yeah.
sweeper? I'm imagining like a Western dusty
Yeah,
town
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll ask the tumbleweed.
The tumble,
Yeah.
the town tumbleweed.
I imagine that, our information broker, in inverted commas, is just the town drunk. Sat on the street corner vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And is really nosy, sees where people come and go. And
Mallet's going to reach over and grab a bottle of that wine when we leave to take over to him when we come back.
take it, we're going to Jerry.
Yeah, Jetty.
On the way, you are just constantly bombarded with people peddling shit, buskers showing off strange talents and limbs and organs and whatnot. 4 guys just constantly shouting about their own theory about what the heart is. They're all standing on like buckets to make themselves taller, and they have very, very rudimentary megaphones. And they're all trying to outshout each other. One explaining that the heart is an alien god came from a Xeno time space and we are all living in its dream. And another shouting that, no, the heart is obviously a multimedia art project by a civilization so far advanced that we do not even comprehend it. The marketplace of ideas, turns out, is really crowded and loud and annoying to come through. As you proceed towards, what did you say, Gary?
Jerry.
Jerry?
Yeah, get it right.
Well, maybe Jerry has a brother called Gary who is,
Also a town drunk?
hear me out. I think Jerry is the town drunk, which is a front for Gary's actual hidden spider between the veil, pulling strings
Oh, I
type guy
see.
who knows everything. Jerry always just seems to have way too many teeth. He gives you his smile. It's his top hat.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
Jetty.
Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
It's,
Shakes his fist in celebration of you arriving.
yeah, we've got a job that we could do with some information on. I've got something for you here. It's Gart's finest.
Drink, like, gulps down the whole bottle, puts it down. Oh, thank you very much. That was very, very refreshing. How are we doing tonight?
Oh, beautiful. Having a lovely, lovely day.
Yeah. All my friends died.
Making a squirrel works.
Yeah, we're not talking about the squirrel.
The squirrel's not talking about you either.
The squirrel talks.
I don't know. I've not asked it yet.
You know how this works. We only have a couple of minutes whilst I'm lucid. So, what you got for me?
Right. Well, So we're after a metal man. Tell you what, this guy's
Metal
got more
person.
of
Metal person.
a metal person. Sorry,
Not in a gender sense, but man in a
man, as in the
the idea of a human, unfortunately male in its generic default form, which is of course a sign of patriarchy of our culture that goes way back, untraceable centuries. And here
I
we
love
are,
Jerry so much.
gendering a construct. This is an actual.
And it's looking a bit confused. It's like, yeah,
Have you seen it?
Well, as you know, any information that enters my brain as I stand here drunkenly and watch the street, my brother Gary takes it away when I go to sleep and is going to demand a fortune from you to share that.
I don't know. We haven't been as lucky with our own demanding of fortunes. So
Oh, he's gonna take an arm and a leg, probably literally. I hear the limb market has been booming recently. As you're talking to Jerry, you see his face contort and go back to the very unfortunate grimace of a extremely drunk person.
Okay, boy. Have a good night.
Nice seeing you as always, Jerry. Look after your son.
right, come on, let's go see what Gary's saying.
It looks like a tourist trap with various souvenirs from Heart displayed right out front. Exorbitant prices. Make sure that nobody lingers for too long. And of course, the tent conceals the real entrance into a complex network of underground tunnels where the secret spy network of Valve operates. And Gary is, of course, I think he needs I think he's called like the archivist. You know, he's got the information. Actually, I think his cool name is not the archivist. I think he's, I think he's called the Weaver, and
Ooh, that's
and
nice.
I got an idea why. So you're greeted by his bodyguard, muscle mummy type. She's like 7 foot tall. She always has her arms crossed and always has a very somber expression. Looks you up and down. There is a queue of people waiting. So she just points for you to sit at the back of the queue. It's like a long antechamber with just row seats like in a bank, and everybody's got like a little ticket waiting for their turn.
Hello.
She gives you a little token.
Oh, thank you. That was sufficient. What is it? Is it like numbered?
You're number 67.
Oh shit! What number are we on right now?
There is a little display
Small
like
orphan child, just like flipping numbers.
yeah, there is this like train station thing where the numbers update, and we are on like 12. You know the drill. It's going to be 7-8 hours.
Come on, Agnes, you know us.
Yeah, how are you anyway? I feel like we haven't seen you in a while.
I've been busy with my various hobbies and various facets of my life. I'm a well-rounded individual. The sweet talking is not going to help you here. You need to sit in the back.
Oh, I'm
Actually,
not trying to sweet talk. you.
Sophina, right?
Yeah.
There's been some people inquiring about you, you know?
Really?
I assume bees is a description that fits your...
Yeah, that probably fits me. Yeah. Well, who's been asking?
People like yourselves come in to see the boss.
What kind of people?
Sticks her palm out in a very unsubtle way of expecting a bribe.
I think Safina like gives Mallet a very like desperate look.
Okay, take a D6 stress to supplies. That will represent the price that you pay here.
That's 5.
Okay, that's enough. From what I understand, you part of some weird cult thing,
Might be.
but you killed everyone in your chapter, right? And so people from other chapter came knocking.
Right.
They say you killed like 30 people.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Well,
Like,
I don't really care. Anyway, it was them.
Are they here now?
No, that was a week ago.
we need to be a lot more careful here.
Agreed.
I shouldn't have come. I shouldn't.
We need to know what Gary knows.
He prefers the Weaver. He thinks Gary is not an intimidating enough name for a man in his position.
If he wants an intimidating name, he shouldn't have told everyone that his name's Gary first of all.
Well, he started out as Gary,
and then he was the architect or whatever his other name
Archivist.
was.
He was the archivist for a little while.
Yeah, that was it.
Listen, a man sometimes takes some time to find himself and really establish himself. He's
Just
doing
because
really
he's,
well now.
Just because he wants people to call him the Weaver as of like 2 weeks ago.
Is this not testament to how long we have been loyal customers of the Weaver? That really we shouldn't be waiting here in this line.
Make a compel roll. I'll say domains here are Haven and
I'll take Haven. I haven't got compel though, so this is not risky.
no.
Okay, I rolled a 10.
I guess they appreciate loyalty here. She's I've not realized you had your 10 stamp on the loyalty cards. that takes you to the front of the queue, obviously.
It's like 10 little like spider stamps. Oh wait, no. It was it's they keep changing the stamp.
Yeah.
It's like the branding. They can't like
The first 3 are like a book, and the second 3 are like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
building.
To the chagrin of everyone else waiting in line, she takes you right to the front of your queue, knocks on the Weaver's door, and lets you in. You come into a dimly lit room with dozens and dozens holes in the wall behind the Weaver, and these are receptacles for, what do you call it, pneumatic mail?
Oh yeah,
Like
they're
these
cool.
tubes. And there's constantly messages being delivered. And conveniently, the Weaver has multiple limbs to catch those messages.
Oh, cool.
And now he has a few more eyes sewn onto his head to also be reading them all at the same time. The chairs in front of his desk that you are meant to be sitting are, as always, extremely uncomfortable and make you sit really low. So you're constantly uncomfortable and have to keep looking up at him. Wouldn't you know it? Just last night, a loyal soldier of the 33rd saw a trespasser. The soldier shouted, "Halt!" The trespasser did not respond. And, according to procedure, the soldier opened fire. And the bullet, wouldn't you know it, ricocheted, revealing a metal carcass underneath the trench coat. The figure kept running. Where did that figure that uses its pronouns go?
Oh, it's such a mystery, isn't it?
It's
Weaver.
such a mystery. Now, I also know that you've already spoken to Jerry. And he did say that this will cost you an arm and a leg. Now, as you can see, I've improved myself recently somewhat, but it's a long road to perfection.
Will you take a wing?
A wing. How big a wing?
I'm kind of joking. I couldn't do that to my pal.
I think
Harvest?
actually, if you could bring me several big. I gained some weight recently, and I think it will take a few wings to get me flying.
I mean, you could solve our friend's problem as well.
What do you mean?
Our yardmaster, his wife.
Oh, God, yeah. I didn't even think about her.
Didn't you hear that she was shacked up somewhere outside of Valve?
I mean, yeah, she's got herself like a new harem, right? She's got like,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, you're talking about the harpy woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could bring me all her limbs and 2 wings, ideally bring her body, and I'll do the actual cutting myself. You can really mess it up if you don't know what you're doing. Right. I understand that time is an important matter for you because the location that your quarry is at is probably going to change soon, and you want to start moving as quickly as possible. So I will let you do just that. Agnes, you can see them out. Once you're ready with the payment, just come back. I'll be sitting right here.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's
You're being escorted outside, unless, of course, you are ready to pay an arm and a leg in the moment.
no.
Well, I'm
I like
not.
mine. Yeah.
Grown quite attached.
Hey, ding, ding, ding.
What's the harpy wife called?
Oh, we haven't.
Yeah.
Blank slate. What do you think she's called?
Harriet.
I was thinking Harriet.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
There you go. Harriet the Harpy.
Harriet the harpy.
So, okay, so this is what you're going with? Cool. You're gonna, sure, find this harpy woman and remove her limbs. That will show you as exemplary moral characters fighting for the good in this world.
She's abusive.
Yeah, there's a reason the Yardmaster stayed, with us.
Okay. And where did you say this harpy resided?
Oh, it's right outside of town. It's
Convenient.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just on the edge of Valve. Like,
Well,
Okay.
she picks off all of the, it's one of the first obstacles people face when they leave Valve is getting past the harpy.
It's probably one of the reasons why we've known the Yardmaster for so long. It's like one of the first things we did was like try and come up against her, and it didn't really work. She's taken over a new like harem of male harpies.
And you're gonna strike down girl boss like that.
we're going to march in there and we're going to bring out some male empowerment in these.
There's really not enough people looking out for men.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So I presume then you are leaving Valve to step like 100 feet outside behind a hill. What's the location name again?
Maybe it's known as like Quail Canyon or something like that.
Quill Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a canyon. It's, I'm imagining it very like Mexico filter all over the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
it's very, very orange and westerny. You got your red canyon. And at the top of the canyon is I guess it makes sense. At the top of the canyon is the harpy nest / harem, and the unfortunate souls who travel below get harpy bombed from above.
The floor is littered with like bones and corpses and loads of like utility jackets and tool belts. And,
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan here?
Some of us look extremely tasty and attackable, and some of us try to do a bit of an ambush, and then we'll horns of the harpy them.
Classic.
Yeah.
So who's the bait?
I imagine you all look at me.
Yeah.
It was
I
also-
was thinking it would be you.
Very quiet in this whole conversation.
See, Twig people would never do this to you.
No, exactly. I
Pray.
guess I'll just sit here and look like I've run out of water.
Someone should go with her as well, surely.
I'll be fine.
Mallet,
why
why don't you stay with Neve?
Yeah, I mean, if you think you can take all the harpies up top yourself,
Do you not think I can?
look, I'm just saying, I'm the one covered in the armor plate here.
I mean, she has got talons about like 6 inches long. If anyone's gonna get a bit of a puncture, it's not gonna be you.
You've had enough punctures lately.
We've taken them before.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
This is going to be a quick, like, we're going to go in there.
I don't know. I just don't think I should leave you, Safina.
I can do this.
She'll be fine. I mean, she can handle it herself. She's
Someone believes in me.
Look, it's not that I don't believe in you.
I'm not some little girl anymore. Like, what is wrong with you?
Look, I'm the one covered in the armor. I'm the one. Look, I can't lose you again, Leah.
whoa.
Safina.
I'm not her. I'm my own woman. You stay here with Neve. I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah, we gotta go. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go. He's gonna start walking off with following Safina probably.
Mallet plonks himself down onto a boulder. Kicks some skull across the canyon.
Breaks his fingers in the gesture, screams out, and it's a famous moment because he kept shooting the scene through the pain
Yeah. and then when he like went to swing against the urukai and the dagger was coming towards him, that was real
yeah,
too.
That was real.
That was real. He nearly died.
Oh,
Yeah. Nobody, people don't know about that.
no,
People don't know about that.
That's like
No.
really deep lore. Yeah.
Right. So
Mallet sat still in a bit of a huff after the last conversation.
Just sitting there.
Neve is being bait and Mallet's just being grumpy.
give me some rolls as well. And this is going to be, I will say, endure, unless you think you have another way to counteract the effects of, I mean, you've seen this come in a harpy song.
Since we're hunting harpies, can this be hunt?
Okay.
And what's the domain again?
Wild and desolate.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so 7 is a success with stress. Give me a d6 stress roll, please.
What's the stress going?
I'll say mind because that's what was targeted by the harpy.
Okay. Oh, I do take fallout. Minor. I rolled a 5, so that's a minor fallout, right?
Yes. Perhaps you being distracted by this whole Sophina business. And I mean, come on, who doesn't accidentally call somebody by their dead daughter's name? This probably helps. You are way too distracted by that to even notice that there's a harpy singing its charms. You do get the clouded mind fallout, which essentially means that until you resolve this, you cannot gain extra dice from domains. You do see an impressive wingspan of like 16 feet. Harpies are fucking massive, man.
Yeah.
And buff. Kind of haul.
Yeah.
I would not want a harpy woman to rip me apart personally, but some freaks might actually find
Yeah.
that gratifying and interesting.
It'll exist now.
There's also a really cool musk to them. Like, why is it weird to be turned on by that? Right?
Yep. No, I think, no, he gets it.
See, the problem is that it's really hard to find like good harpy porn. Most of it is really like vulgar and stupid and
All that
doesn't,
egg laying
it
shit.
doesn't get
Yeah.
it. Like it just doesn't get the appeal.
Yeah.
Well, Neve was bait, and I guess Neve is going to try to be grabbed by Harpy and hold it down, I guess. Like, maybe their talons attached to Neve, and then Neve hopes that she doesn't get lifted away for long enough for everybody else to come and whack her on the head.
Okay, do you want to make a hunt roll or a
Well, I was thinking endure, because I'm not doing the actual
Okay, fair enough. Sure.
endure and wild.
Okay.
Yeah, pair of 8s.
Okay, so that's success with no stress. Apparently you managed that. You hold on to the. I always imagined Neve weighing very little, but apparently you're strong. Holding on to this harpy who's hot as fuck and tall and towers over you, and the muscles are, and the feathers.
Neve's just got over some heartbreak, so
Yeah, fair
know.
enough. Fair enough. You're not ready yet.
not ready yet.
So seeing that, Mallet's going to turn around and pull out his rifle. And if the harpy's above Neve, right, so there's reasonable chances. Yeah, he's not going to hit Neve. Well, we hope.
Let's see.
So that's kill and probably I can't use domains. There we go. It's a 7 and an 8.
An 8 will be a success with no stress. Amazing. Do you want to roll damage for that?
3.
3. Okay. 3 damage go to Harpy, and you shoot the beautiful creature. She majestically flaps her wing in the air.
Mallet's immediately running in after shooting.
So you're holding on to it.
Yeah, like we're having a little, I don't know.
Like a wrestling match
Yeah, a
with
wrestling
a
match,
harpy.
fab.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Safina's gonna run and leap and try and grab a wing and hold on.
Do you want to roll maybe hunt for that or kill?
Ooh, that's a 6, which counts as a critical
Yes.
success.
Oh, because of your weird ability.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll damage, and if it's a crit, it's going to be double.
That's a 2.
So 4? 4. Is it again a matter of just your touch essentially
exactly.
burning it?
It's any point where like my fingers, our skin is in contact. It's just
Okay.
it's fine.
If I was a harpy, I would utilize the fact that it can fly up more. And if somebody's holding on to me and they were to fall, now that would be their problem and not my problem. As you see these two clawed hands trying to grab both of you, what are you going to do to avoid that?
Can I have a look around to see if there's a particular spot on the harpy, like I don't know, the harpy equivalent of jabbing someone in between the ribs, where it's just like it would be incredibly painful.
Make a hunt or discern roll.
So that's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, success with no stress. Now, nothing comes to my mind in terms of weaknesses in a harpy's body because they are strong and perfect and beautiful. But I think in this situation with you rolling a 9, I'm going to say that you see she has clothes, quote unquote, which are mostly is this patchwork of stuff that she stole from hapless travelers before. In this outfit, a egg is tucked in safely because she's experienced before some males stealing some of these eggs and not handling them with care. In the current state of affairs, it seems a little precarious in that position.
I grab the egg.
I'm not going to make you roll twice. I think it, as you notice it, and like I said, it's precarious. You just go for it. Maybe she instinctively tries to fight back, but your skin makes hers burn. So she focuses fully her attention now on you, abandons plan of taking you up in the air because this is much more important. Neve, what are you going to do?
Can I spit in her eye and make her blind?
Oh, yeah.
with your
I want to mend her eyes closed.
make a mend roll.
An 8.
Amazing. Okay, so you jump up with a handful of your weird spit, smear it on the harpy's face, and suddenly she cannot even direct her aggression. I think, honestly, to continue the fighting in terms of rolls is quite useless. She is literally blind. She could have just flown away, correct? Because, well, at least going up, you don't need to see, maybe sort this out in the air, but you have her egg. So she's not flying away. So how are you going to finish this beautiful creature off, you savages?
I think Mallet will take one for the team here, and you walk up and just bayonet her straight through the chest.
There is weak applause from the top of the canyon as several male harpy heads peer out. And they go, woo! The harpy is dead. And you have her egg. Take it as a D12 wild resource. I think that's gonna cost a pretty penny, a harpy egg. As I have made my feelings about harpies' bodies clear, I do not want to go into the detail. Let's just say you take it to the weavers. Well, would you look at that? I don't know how long it's gonna stay there, but my sources tell me that this machine went to the museum. You all know that the museum rather, was probably a beautiful location one day with probably cool stuff in it, expositions dedicated to the heart. It has so long have been just a giant crater after one of the elements of an exposition leveled the whole place and more. There is a function and train station right next to the museum, and it is still called the museum station, but this is the most skipped station of all time, unless you're really into craters.
As we leave the weaver, it's like, cheers, Gary, and gives him a wink.
Shoots you many angry glances with his many eyes. Right, I'm assuming you return to the Rusty Compass to pick up
Our favorite person.
your favorite person, Silas, and it will probably be easiest to go to the train station, hop on a train to the museum station.
Yeah.
Museum, here we come.
He loves the train. very, very train spotter kind of guy, like as the
Mhm.
train arrives. And this time it shocks you as well. You were probably prepared to do one of your shenanigans to hop the moving train, as it never stops. This time the train stops. It stops at the correctly designated valve station. The doors open. Silas is very excited. He looks at the train from every angle and runs into the train to take a seat.
Why is it stopped?
Has anyone ever seen it stop?
Maybe he just really wants it, and the heart answered back.
Yeah.
You hear the mild voice of an announcer inside saying, Valve Station. The next stop is Dust Station. Please mind the gap when alighting for this train.
Oh God, it's too real.
This train is for Museum Station, where this train will terminate.
Mel, you used to work on trains, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this is normal for the normal trains, but not this one. I've never seen this one stop.
Can I do something? I'm gonna go up to the window of like the cabin, I guess, and I want to see the things that happened most recently in the past.
Okay.
So I'm basically whispering in Lucy's ear to kind of show me what happened.
Okay. Do you need to roll for that, or does that
It's
just happen?
discern and 7.
Okay, you'll take some echo stress because
Okay.
7 is a success at a cost.
5.
Okay, so you take some stress just by merging realities here
Yeah.
and, burning some of that oil.
I imagine what happens is Lucy almost part of her kind of gets drawn out and it acts out this diorama. So this thing, like ghostly figures start to form as if she's describing a story.
This silver humanoid figure. And the train is on its side and broken and doesn't go right. And the figure just touches it and almost pets the train.
Okay.
And the train straightens up, adjusts its suit and adjusts its necktie.
Oh my God, he's got a tie. Oh my God, I love him.
The train starts working out and waking up early and
Yeah.
going to the... Lucy gets carried away a little bit.
Yeah.
But there is definitely this strange silver figure that just kind of worked its magic.
This is going to seem like a strange question, but from my perspective, does this thing seem to have individuality? Like, is it working in a way where it feels like it's purely going through motions, or is it got humanity to it?
This would definitely be an ecumenical matter.
Yeah.
I think if there has to be a yes or no answer, it's going to be no humanity.
Yeah.
And big
Okay.
question as to individuality, but we're getting into very philosophical realm when there is,
Okay.
speculation as
Yeah.
opposed to hard fact.
Yeah. Like human is not the default.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to turn to everybody. The thing fixed it. Like fixed it.
God, it takes crews of dozens to fix one of these.
I mean, if it's working, if it's safe.
I want to meet this machine.
I get on the train.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice train.
Okay, you get on the train.
Do I see anything suspicious?
It is suspiciously clean. Usually, people may get into the cabins, and after years of doing that, most cabins are in a state that you would imagine. An abandoned building. There's trash. It smells
Sure.
of piss. It's clean, bright. Of course, Silas never knew to expect a broken train, so he just acts completely normal. Sits down, excited to be in a train. Okay, so you know where we're going?
We're
Oh.
going to the museum.
Yes.
Sort of.
It's more correct than in a museum, but
As the doors close, there's again the announcer's voice of this train is for Museum Station. The next stop is Dust Station. Dust Station is in between here and the museum, so it starts moving.
Even the
and
clock is right.
Yeah, for half an hour or so, you just get to relax in the comfortable seats of the train. Train stops again at the Dust station, holds the doors open for a bit. Dust station. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train. This train is for Museum Station, where this train will terminate. Closes them again, keeps moving forwards. Why similar form but consistent changes? If diversity is desirable, why not individual forms and no changes?
What? What the frig was that?
I mean, I've never encountered this sort of announcing voice on a train before.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
talking like nonsense.
Yeah, apart from that.
Do cities make you, or are you cancer of the cities?
Yes.
I've never,
He says that just to this guy.
I've never been to a city.
They're not all they're cracked up to be.
What do you think, train?
This train is for Museum Station, where this train will terminate.
This is like, I don't know, an interview or something.
As you approach the museum station, you see it from the train window as it's slowing down. You see the edges of the crater. It's massive. It's like a mile across at least. But still occupying most of that crater is what I can only, and I'm trying not to be pretentious, okay, but I can only describe this as a cathedral of jungle. This towering green expanse going up in a place that was just dust and stone. The train stops. Museum Station. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train. And that's where we'll stop this episode and see what that's all about next time.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm gutted that we didn't get a see it, say it sorted.
Oh my god. Yes.